Good afternoon, everybody. It's 59 degrees and partially rainy, and it'll stay that way for the rest of the day. Anyways, here's an album review. Hi, everybody. Patrick Brennan here, and today I'm doing an album review of Pink Floyd's The Wall. Now, The Wall came out in 1979, and that was a big year for music. There was a lot of envelope pushers such as Joy Division, Michael Jackson, and Prince coming out around that time. Pink Floyd was no exception, with a whole catalog of boundary-pushing albums from front to back. Now, for some background, Pink Floyd's The Wall is one of the most commercially successful albums of all time. I think it's ranked number 4 on the most bought albums ever. Now for the actual music, the first song hits you off with In the Flesh, a very big anthemic rock ballad. Then right after that, we get a big collection of songs just leading up to the big single, that being one of Pink Floyd's most iconic songs, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 is a ballad about how they think that teachers are too mean to the kids in the UK and that they should change their ways. It's a super catchy track with a good hook, and it's one of their biggest songs ever. Now, these opening tracks kind of give you a good sense of what's going to happen for the theme of this album. It's kind of just scattered all over the place and not as cohesive as the rest of their albums. This is probably due to the movie that came along with it, and without the context of the movie, it could get a little bit confusing of what's happening. However, if you don't really think about that stuff or care too much that there isn't one exact storyline, I think you're going to enjoy this album. Now, after Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, we have a very amazing album run. That being from Mother all the way to Goodbye Cruel World. Mother is a soft rock ballad about an overbearing mom not letting a kid grow. Then transitioning into one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs ever, Goodbye Blue Sky. It starts out with a little girl talking to their mom about how they see a plane in the sky, just to reveal that that plane then drops bombs on the city, causing havoc, destruction, and traumatizing the people that day. The song uses overbearing trumpet sections and a soft guitar, and then contrasts that with the horrors that's happening in the lyrics. Transitioning out of that, then we get Empty Spaces, a very atmospheric transition into the next song, Young Lust, a super catchy bop. Coming in right after that, we have One of My Turns, which I interpret as what happens as you grow older and out of that young phase. The narrator talks about how he feels the spark of the relationship has gone after he's grown older. He doesn't want to be alone, but he doesn't want to be in this relationship either. Then by the last song, Goodbye Cruel World, I guess he wants to kill himself after the girls left. Don't know why he really said all that stuff to her if he really didn't want her to leave. But you know, I guess maybe there's something I didn't pick up on. Then, boom, second disc. This one is way less consistent as the first one, but I think it has higher highs and lower lows. Starting up on disc 2, we have Hey You, a song calling out, well, given the title, Hey You, do you notice me? Do you have good morals? Do you notice the things going on around you? The rest of the songs on this album are kind of just loose ideas thrown together. I know that this album went in with a lot of care, but I just don't really feel very passionate about it to go into them each by each. But to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, there's Vera, a song about a girl that he once knew on a shiny summer day. You have Nobody Home, pretty much talking about how he has all this consumerist stuff around him. He's living a life, yet he still feels lonely. You have Is There Anybody Out There, a scant little song that is classic eerie Pink Floyd. The singer is pretty much just saying over and over again, is there anybody out there? With a bunch of people harmonizing scarily with him. This song by the second half has a nice little guitar melody at the end of it, which I think is really talented, and I wish that they expanded on it really bad. Bring the Boys Back Home is about the World War II soldiers and how the people want them to come back home. It has a whole choir of people just repeating the phrase, bring the boys back home. It ends with a good transition to one of the best songs of all time. In my opinion, Comfortably Numb is Pink Floyd's magnum opus, with all the best sounds jam-packed into one song, just short enough for the radio. This song is trying to encapsulate the feeling of being zen, just being center and not feeling any strong emotions, and it feels amazing. Now, getting into the last couple tracks, I have to preface, all of the songs I wasn't crazy about before, I still thought had some talent in it. These last songs do not have that. This album accompanies a movie, so all of the songs feel a little bit more theatrical. And overall, I think this whole album has been more rock than theater. And by the end of the tracks, that is not the case. And look, for people who are into theater, this might slap for them, you know? They might think, oh, well, all the other songs were great, but, you know, I like theater too. It's just theater music has such a specific sound to it that it really does not contrast well with the rest of the songs. In conclusion, to talk about this album as a whole, I think that it's a weird, wacky roller coaster ride that gives you real quality music, a bunch of different storylines to follow, and a very theatrical feel to rock. This album's biggest weakness is all the ideas that I didn't think went fully explored, but I think that the ideas alone can make you appreciate how confident the band was to make this thing. And I say that because that same confidence has made some of the best songs of all time. Songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and Billie Jean mirror this songwriting approach. So while I think a lot of the songs on this album are way too conceptual, that same writing approach has made some of the best classics we've known. Thank you guys for watching.